year senior now, so it's kind of weird to say, but I'm definitely excited to play. Just the game is much slower for me now because I kind of understand the game more. So everything I do now is deliberate. It's not like an accident. You know, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but I'm not going into anything confused or not knowing because I've seen a lot, especially with my time playing and watching now.
What areas of your game do you think you can grow moving forward? I mean, you're coming off an injury, but you're also trying to grow your game. You're going to be a different player. Where do you expect to and hope to see growth in your game?
Making everything easier for myself. So shooting when I'm open. If I'm not open, either pass it, drive it, or get to my, my bag or whatever I have to bring to the team. But just making everything easier, not calculating things before I do it, and kind of just playing and letting myself just play the game.
What is it about San Diego State? Because you came here a couple of years ago. There's all this movement in college basketball, but you've remained here. What is it about San Diego State that has worked out so well for you?
I think, along with the good, I mean, I'm somebody that usually looks at, I wouldn't say the negative, but things I need to work on. And in my 23 years, I would say my hardest year or my hardest few months was his last few months. And I wouldn't want to just go somewhere else because I'm going through a tough time or because I'm injured or because somebody could pay me more money if they could. I don't think that's a reason. And I think with me going through my mental battles and struggles with my foot and everything, I think it was the best decision to stay because I stuck it through, here, and I got through it all while I was here. So, and I think, the people are genuine. It's fun here. I'm comfortable. It's my last year. I don't want to go somewhere else just because it's my last year to chase money or fame. I'm not that type of guy.
Reese, appreciate your time. Thanks for doing it.
Appreciate it.
It's Bedlam tonight here in Boise.
This is San Diego State University, where every possibility shines with Southern California life. And the ideas that drive you will come to light. You'll join a vibrant community cheering for the spirit of play, with world-class academic programs that help you meet the future where it's going.
All right, we're back.
In a setting that will spark your imagination. Dare
Hey,
to
it's
discover the
internet.
unknown.
Old Trapper Beefs. Last bag.
You know there's plenty for both of you.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Back inside Viejas Arena on a Wednesday night, Steve Quist, Tammy Blackburn with you. Utah Valley has pulled to within one thanks to a 12-0 run over the final 2:47 of the first half. The Aztecs had two significant scoring droughts. They ended the first half no points in 3:11, and there was a time where they went close to 5 minutes middle of that first half without scoring. And so it's a one-point game. Buckle up, here we go for the final 20 minutes of regulation. We are told that Miles Heide has a hip contusion. He's going to try to come back and play, but I don't see him out there right now. He was not warming up to start this second half of play. Sean Newman is back and ready to go. And one of the things that was stressed in the locker room at halftime, from what we're told, is do what you do best. Screen and roll, get to the basket, right?
Get downhill, get to the bucket. I mean, these guys were finding each other, making the pass, getting some alley-oops, really working together. I thought that they, were connecting really well, and that's what it was. Goon's going to get the start at the 5. Tay Simmons is going to get the start at the 4 here with Heide, who is still coping with that hip contusion, which we will try to get you an update if we can.
Yep.
Still no sight of him out of the locker room just
Harrington
yet.
back in to lead the offense here and run the point. He was minus 11 in the first half on plus minus. Dixon Waters from the elbow missed it. Aztecs shooting sub 35%. Again, it's a Utah Valley team that holds opponents to a very San Diego State Aztec type of number, 36% field goal defense. Here's Holcomb.
Can take the lead here.
And Bird went for the steal. Tates, and a foul as Bird went from the block behind on the baseline drive.
I thought Bird was going to have that steal. I thought his hand was in denial. Good old-fashioned Dick Bennett basketball there, and he almost had it.
That's the first on Miles Bird. Miles Bird did not score in the first half. Missed all 3 of his shots in 11 minutes. Had 1 assist and 1 turnover. This is Tates at the line. Grad student, a transfer from Loyola Marymount in the WCC. A couple of years, Utah Valley will be in the Big West. Next season, they're going to be in the Big West. Coming in with California Baptist.
Yeah, man. Hey,
They'll be
something happened with
competitive,
the
that's for
internet.
sure.
Yeah.
They're going to people run for the money. I thought that was a really good move and great recognition by Tates to get to the line. He knew that Bird lunged and went for the steal, didn't get it, and then he beat Bird, and then Bird fouled from behind.
And a takeaway. They're really good at steals. That's their 5th of the game. They average 10 steals a game, does
Yeah, they're
Utah Valley. Trying to
Handsy.
turn it into points here. Double team comes and a foul before the block by Goon on Jackson Holcomb. They get that on Tay Simmons, the freshman.
No.
Now you got 2 freshmen on the floor and getting very
my internet
valuable
is like-
minutes here to start this second half of play.
my internet
Simmons
is
and
like acting
Harrington
stupid.
along with Guath, Miles Bird, and Reese Dixon Waters, the 5 out on the floor. Holcomb ties this thing up at 33. This is the 4th time we've been tied in this game. We've had 3 lead changes. Again, the Aztecs are up 14 at the 5:27 mark, 29-15. They've only scored 4 points since. Now a lead for Utah Valley. Something they had in the early going. Harrington. Simmons. Davis in his face. 8 to shoot. Dixon Waters back to Simmons. Lines up the 3 and rattles it home.
Good spot up there by Simmons to get outside and get to that 3-ball spot. And just patience. And see this just little pass over the top as Dixon Waters, who drew 2 defenders.
Yeah.
Somebody's open at that point. Good find.
I wasn't sure he had that in his arsenal. And Utah Valley certainly didn't think so. They left him kind of
Wide
unguarded.
open.
Yep. Pass underneath to Davis.
Man,
He
look at
missed
that,
it.
look at that.
Got his own offensive rebound. No
Good
look
ball.
pass to Lenhart. He missed back iron, and Simmons
Terrible.
just says, I'll take that.
I'm good, man. How are you?
No chance for Holcomb to get around Simmons for that, that offensive board. Not a chance.
2-point lead for the Aztecs after the Simmons 3. Guath got his pocket picked. Here's Holcomb against Simmons. Spin move. Bird knocked it away. Diving on the floor. Harrington, but then Utah Valley gets it back. Lenhart now on the wing. And a foul on Magoon Guath. Tried to feed the post in the paint. And he went over the back on Davis.
Oh, you watching it mobile? That's why.
That's going to be the second on the 7-foot sophomore.
And they'll get him out of the game just again on wind, right? Just trying to get Guath in shape. I mean, he ran up and down the floor for the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds. This was a quick start to the first half for both of these teams that are running, and Guath just still kind of working himself back into shape after that knee surgery.
Yeah, it's his 5th game back, and there's going to be a violation, a 5-second inbound violation on the baseline, leading to a turnover for Utah Valley. That's their 10th of the game.
But you pick up that foul if you're Guath because you're tired, right?
Yeah.
That's a tired foul right there. He just doesn't have his legs. He's trying to lean. He's lunges. He's hanging on his guy.
Harrington, Dixon Waters into the paint, gets the shot off, missed front iron. He's really struggled with that shot in this game. He's 0 for 5. There's some significant offers in this one. Bird and Dixon Waters have not made a shot yet. They're a combined 0 for 8 from the floor, and DeGorville's 0 for 2. That's big, those three guys. And then normally, at the beginning of the year, three of those guys were in the starting lineup. They're 0 for 10. The rest of the team has had to kind of pick it up, led by B.J. Davis and his 12 points.
Good news for the Aztecs. Miles Heide has come out, and he's actually on the bike.
Pharaoh Compton. Outstanding.
4-point lead.
Half dozen for Pharaoh Compton on 3 of 4 shooting.
Good turn move, good get to the rim. Soft touch on that finish.
Pharaoh Compton is 20 of 24 from the field so far this season. Hendricks, he is 4 for 5 on the heat check from beyond the arc. Simmons grabs another board. That's the 7th rebound for the freshman Simmons. 7 points, 7 rebounds in just 9 minutes on the floor. That is productivity, and give him 2 more. 9.7 rebounds. Maybe this freshman is going to bail out the Aztecs here on Wednesday night. 6-point advantage for San Diego State. They're on a 7-0 run. Last 2:05. And a steal by Bird. Bird ahead on the break. Lobs it up for Simmons, who can't finish at the rim, but he's going to be fouled by Jackson Holcomb, and he'll get 2 shots.
Bird knew Simmons was running from the get-go. Those two set that play up at the steal, at the denial and the steal. Simmons curled around. He didn't go too wide in his lane, gave him the look. Here it is right here. Bird already looks up. He knows Simmons is running, and he's going to be ready. He's curling in. He's getting the right angle to the bucket. Good run. Didn't get the finish, but Simmons is going to the line, and he'll shoot for 2. You love that.
That's the second foul on Jackson Holcomb. And so here's Simmons. 11,683 on hand to see Simmons with a career-matching 7 rebounds. I think he'll have that career-high 8 fairly soon here. Still got 16-11 to go, and he's been your best weapon right now on both ends of the floor.
Great start to the second half here by Simmons.
Jeremiah Oden will come in. Still no Miles Heide since the hip contusion late first half. Aztecs want possession of that, and they're going to get it. Tipped out by Utah Valley. Simmons out, Oden in. Simmons 10 points, 7 rebounds in 9 minutes on the floor. Utah Valley counters. They get Isaac Hawkins, their big 6'10 junior from College of Southern Idaho, out.
They could run this play for Harrington. He could step in and become a shooter. Watch the inbounder, baseline out-of-bound play.
To Bird. Compton, 1 dribble and a turnover. Yes. Oh, Dutch is beside himself.
Sloppy, lazy.
So Simmons, I mean, you're talking about equaling a career high in rebounds and also equaling a career high in points. So second career game in double figures for Tay Simmons. That's on Pharaoh Compton. That's his first. The building doesn't have a lot of energy in it tonight either. Welling a 3, down she goes. It's a 4-point game inside of 16 to go in regulation.
I don't know about money line though.
After the end of the Troy game, at least everyone's going to stick around to the Final Horn. I'll tell you that much. Everybody learned their lesson. Compton inside. Dixon Waters can't finish at the rim. They can cut this to maybe 1 with a 3 or in half with a 2. Hendricks, 57% three-point shooter, has missed his last 2 in this game after hitting his first 4. Compton kept it alive.
What are we doing, Blake?
Harrington, the freshman out of St. John Bosco. Compton, Bird. Compton sets the screen. Bird shoots off of it.
I already lost like
Compton will get it back and blows the
dunks,
dunk.
Bro?
He doesn't blow too many of them.
Dunks,
More than half his career field goals are dunks. Just not that time, and that one passed out of bounds.
Be risky.
Holcomb threw it out of bounds for what will be a dozen turnovers for Utah Valley. Still 14:53 to go in regulation. Aztecs by 4.
It's Bedlam tonight here in Boise.
This is San Diego State University, where every possibility shines with Southern California life. And the ideas that drive you will come to light. You'll join a vibrant community cheering for the spirit of play, with world-class academic programs that help you meet the future where it's going, in a setting that will spark your imagination. Dare to discover the unknown.
Bull Trapper Beefs. Last bag.
You know there's plenty for both of you.
Bull Trapper, what's your beef?
Welcome back inside Viejas Arena.
All right,
Steve
back.
Quist, Tammy Blackburn, thanks for making us part of your Wednesday night. San Diego State with a 4-point advantage. Kind of a sluggish start to the second half for both squads. Aztecs have outscored Utah Valley 8-5 in the first 5:07. And we're still looking, Miles Heide, looks like he's got a little back brace on down there. He's standing up, the hip contusion. They want to get him ready to play. We'll see. You pointed out he was on the bike. Kind of lifted up that jersey right to the left of the shot clock if you're watching. They're going to have a foul. Well, this is good. B.J. Davis coming back in for his first action of the second half. What a first half he had. A dozen points in 13 minutes on the floor. Foul was on Witherspoon the fourth. That's his second. And here's Davis. Couldn't miss in that opening half. Handoff to Newman Jr. Into
Nice.
Farrow Compton.
Oh.
That's the screen and roll, but he's missed back-to-back dunks. Linhart, Holcomb.
I'm
And
just
that's
a college.
should have been
I'm
a travel, but
sports fan,
DeGorville made
That's it.
contact before
I'm a
the
sports fan,
pivot
and I
foot
like
came
to
back
bet.
down. So close to being the 13th turnover for Utah Valley. Meantime, the Aztecs only 7 turnovers,
they've
only
been mid
4 in the
so
first
far this year.
half of play.
They lost to Troy. They got
That's
blown
team
out
foul
by
number 5.
There
DeGorville
you go.
second.
Michigan.
There you go, Farrow. He needed something.
Yep.
He needed something after that. He just needs a little confidence.
Second block shot. Here's Hendricks. Free throw line. Missed it. Witherspoon got it back. And last touch by Farrow Compton.
Thing about Farrow and missing those 2 dunks, you just gotta right that ship right now, and you gotta put it behind you. No more misses on those dunks. If he's gonna dunk it, dunk it. If he's not, use the glass.
Again, 51% of his career field goals are dunks, and he's missed his last 2. And are we gonna have an offensive foul called here on Utah Valley, or is it going against the Aztecs? I had a bunch of coaches in my way, so. And
Block.
a blocking foul. Okay.
I mean,
At
listen,
first,
because we have bad days.
The Aztecs want to
You have days
challenge.
where you'll win every single bet.
At least
you'll
the
have days where
players
you'll lose
do.
every single bet. That's it.
And now everybody's seeing the replay within the arena right now. And that's why you hear the boos. And there is going to be a challenge here at official review for the Aztecs. Again, coaches' appeals and challengeable plays this year, Tammy. Out of bounds violation, backcourt violation, whether free throws should be awarded when a foul is committed in close proximity to change in possession, and whether a foul was assessed to the correct player. They'll look at it. 4-point lead for the Aztecs.
It's Bedlam tonight here in Boise.
They have their moments. Yeah, Vegas got their eyes on us too. That's fact.
This is San Diego State University, where every possibility shines with Southern California life. And the ideas that drive you will come to light. You'll join a vibrant community cheering for the spirit of play, with world-class academic programs that help you meet the future where it's going, in a setting that will spark your imagination. Dare to discover the unknown.
Bull Trapper Beefs. Last bag.
You know there's plenty for both of you.
Bull Trapper, what's your beef?
Pizza, I don't know.
Well, here's what they're looking at. The challenge, blocking foul on DeGorville. Or was it a offensive foul on Linhart?
Yeah, they got to reverse this call. You can see that DeGorville, he gets into that defensive possession, steps over, gets
and he's outside the arc too, yeah.
And that's the most important thing. He gets there.
Brother, I don't know.
No question that the officials will see the same thing that we're seeing.
The Aztecs will lose a timeout. You have to have a timeout to challenge. So whether they win it or not, and if they do win the challenge, they'll have at least one more for the remainder of the game with 14:06 to go. 41-37. Again, the coaches' appeals and challengeable plays, an out-of-bounds violation, which that was not, a backcourt violation, no. Whether free throws should be awarded when a foul is committed in close proximity to a change in possession. So he's outside. He had his feet set. Yeah, I initially thought this is going to be a better look here. Outside of the restricted arc, set. Linhart knocks him over. If this is reversed, it'll be Aztec basketball. And they'll have a 4-point advantage. The officiating crew has looked at it a long time.
I was just going to say, it's interesting. It has been a long review, and that, to me, says something different than what the obvious.
Yeah. Adam Jacobson wants me to get him going, right? He says, well, let's go. All right, Adam, the brother of Casey Jacobson. Now they're trying to figure out one more, because there's two sets of cameras in there. There's the in-house camera, then there's our broadcast cameras too, and I think they want another look.
They're calling for a different camera.
Yeah.
They're calling for a camera that's underneath the basket for a different angle.
Hey, if Richard Stern, if there's one guy that can get this all straightened out, it's Richard Stern right there.
Guy right there in
middle.
the white long sleeve with the quarter zip. That's Richard
Great
Stern.
notes, great SID.
One of the best to do it.
Yep. And so what I think he came over to call to our producers to our right, that it looks like the television replay would clearly show, okay, that is a offensive foul and a charge, but the officials, I don't think, have the opportunity to look at that camera. They have to look at the in-house Viejas replays. So there, DeGorville set. And again, normally the officials will come over and will tell us exactly what they're looking at and what the result is.
You know, the only thing I'm seeing is, could it be his left heel?
Let me see if Michael. I'll try and get Michael's attention again. And I don't think this is. I think this might go.
Utah Valley, I don't know, man.
It might be
They
upheld.
can get hot and just smack threes.
They're going to reverse it. Okay.
They can.
All right.
They can.
So the coach's challenge is successful. It'll be Aztec ball, and I'd like to think our broadcast helped turn that around. Maybe they did find the angle. What do you
The only
think?
thing I can think of was that for
If they win by
DeGorville,
2, I'm taking credit.
his left heel, maybe they were looking at that because it looked awfully close.
That means they're going to book me on the KOSI morning show tomorrow to talk about it if it's a one-possession game. All right, so that was huge. Somehow Richard Stern found the replay. We told you he's one of the best SIDs in the game, if not the best. Got to fight for your team, right?
So you still have a challenge, and you don't lose timeout.
Backdoor cut, and DeGorville, and he got bailed out there because that thing was going out of bounds off of him. They're going to say it's the last touch by Utah Valley. Again, the fourth thing you could challenge whether a foul was assessed to the correct player, and that must have been what the challenge was. My interpretation of that is what, would have been
Did they get the
correct
guy with the
player
wrong
on your
number?
team. Yeah, the wrong number, but I don't know. We'll let Judge Judy figure it out. Weekdays at 4 on, I don't know. J.O. fighting through the defense. What a move and a great left hand.
Yeah, good J.O. We talked about him coming into this game, 69 points away from 1,000 for his career. A 50% field goal shooter in 4 of the last 6 games this season.
Yeah, he hasn't missed one yet.
Season high 7 rebounds versus Baylor last week. Good stats for J.O. Great bench player.
Perfect 3 for 3 in this one. Welling missed the 3. Davis got sealed off. Davis out to DeGorville. He needs one to go down, and there it is. Right on cue. He'd missed his first 2 shots. Hits a big 3 there to stretch the lead out to 9. Linhart knifing through the defense. Blocked out of bounds by Oden.
More bench points for San Diego State. DeGorville adding to that with that 3-point ball. About 37 points for the bench of San Diego State. You talk about the rotation, and people are wondering what this rotation might be in the future of San Diego State and the Aztecs. Will it go from, 11 players or so down to 8? Don't really know yet. So many guys with a lot of talent. You see the release and the really sweet shot of DeGorville from long, deep range 3. Guys
Doing it
got
again.
range.
Yeah, without Miles Heide, the hip contusion right before the end of the first half, and is standing up as if he's not going to be coming back into this contest. It's hard for me to tell from the naked eye here if he's still got the brace on that he put on. Inbound quickly to Holcomb. Holcomb drives on Compton and somehow scored it around Pharaoh Compton.
Nah, these dudes
Holcomb's got
I'm about
7.
to pop
That guy's
these up
solid.
head
He's
coach's
just
job.
strong and fierce
turn
around
these
the
boys
bucket.
into a
Knows how to
powerhouse.
finish. Love his real finish touch around the rim.
That's Holcomb's first made field goal of the game. Drive by Davis, and he's fouled. Couple of shots coming here at the 12:38 mark. Aztecs are 10 of 14, 71% from the line here in this basketball game. Trying to get to 4 and 3. Losers of 3 of their last 4 for the second consecutive year. The end of last year, they had a late loss to UNLV with 2 games left in the regular season, and then lost, of course, in the Mountain West Conference Championship game, and then in the first 4 to North Carolina.
They going up and down the stairs, bro.
2 shots coming for Davis, who had 12 first-half points, nothing since. And BJ averaging 11 points per game, and again, he's only missed at the line once this year. Perfect 5 for 5 in this game, which now puts him 25 of 26 at the line to open up the 25-26 season, and he sticks them both. Aztecs with a 9-point lead, a little pressure here. Utah Valley's going to break it. Utah Valley top 10 in the NCAA starting this December 3rd in 4 statistical categories. Giving the Aztecs all they can handle. Linhart. Good take to the bucket. The up and under.
Turn the corner, one-hander.
Yep, there you
that
go.
Kid can play.
Now
He's got
talking, Blake.
7. Hendricks, Tyler Hendricks with a dozen. Here's Davis. Davis with a deep 2. That's his first points of the second half. He's the guy that can start things on offense and get you started.
Oh, yeah, he's averaging that team-leading 14.3 points per game, as you mentioned earlier.
And there's going to be a foul. Holcomb got fouled. 11:47 to go in regulation. Aztecs with a 9-point lead, trying to hang on at home tonight here in early December.
Make sure if you haven't subscribed to the channel.
It's Bedlam tonight here in Boise.
This is San Diego State University, where every possibility shines with Southern California life. And the ideas that drive you will come to light. You'll join a vibrant community cheering for the spirit of play, with world-class academic programs that help you meet the future where it's going, in a setting that will spark your imagination. Dare to discover the unknown.
Bull Trapper Beefs. Last bag.
You know there's plenty for both of you.
Bull Trapper, what's your beef?
Boy, it has been 14 years since Kawhi Leonard led the Aztecs to that 34-3 season. And their first Sweet 16, they lost to eventual national champ UConn up there at the Honda Center. For that 1 year, you had the NBA Finals MVP in Kawhi and the World Series MVP in Steven Strasburg. Huh? That's something to beat your chest about.
Yep. Steven Strasburg back here in San Diego, now part of the baseball program again.
That's right.
Lucky to have his leadership and his talent and wisdom with Aztec baseball, which is gaining a lot of traction and excitement.
This is Holcomb at the line coming out of the break. This will be free throw number 10 for Utah Valley. And they are 7 of 10. Holcomb has done much of his damage at the line. He's been there 8 times. He's 7 of 8. He's 1.1 rebound away from a double-double. We told you he's a guy in the discussion for WAC Player of the Year when it's all said and done. Guath back in. Hand off to Davis. They trap him up high, but release off that. De Gorville looking for the screen by Guath. De Gorville, and he's bumped, and a foul will be called. It looks like it's on Noah Tates, and it will be on 7 Green. Utah Valley came in 90th this week in Ken Palm. We were starting to talk about the net rankings, which were released for the first time, and Utah Valley at 77. So if the Aztecs win this thing, and be a quad 3 victory at home in early December.
Still.
Takeaway, Holcomb. Turnover the 8th for the Aztecs.
So these Wolverines are dangerous. They are just staying close enough to the Aztecs, not going away.
Here's Davis inside. He missed it.
Oh my gosh.
He'd been played last year at Utah State. One of their 9 newcomers.
Missed that bunny. Would love to get that one back.
They're shooting 25% in the second half as Utah Valley.
I tell you what, though, they're holding San Diego State to 50%. This is a Utah Valley team that ranks 16th in the nation in scoring defense. They only give up 63 points a game.
Yep. It's also Utah Valley, last time they played in that Cancun Challenge against Samford, now it's Samford, not Stanford, held them to 20% shooting last week in Cancun. Somebody up late night? Here's Simmons, and that's a career high in points with 11. Now he's 1 rebound away from a career high in rebounds, and he's only been on the floor for 10 minutes. We talked about his numbers as far as minutes played have shrunk significantly since the return of Magoon Guath. And now factoring into the equation is Miles Heide down with a hip contusion and not yet returning here in the second half for the first 9 minutes. Here's Holcomb, leaves it for Davis, and now a little gun shy right after missing that chippy. Linhart. Holcomb holds it up high to the low post.
Oh my God.
And Davis lost the handle, turns it over. Newman in transition with a blow-by, lob up for Simmons.
Good
out
recovery.
last touched by the Aztecs, Utah Valley ball.
Yeah, good recovery by Hendricks to get down there and stop that bucket, potential bucket for San Diego State.
You see Dutch fly out of his chair right there, and with a right hand like one of those windmills when you're driving out to El Centro. Just said, let's go, get back on defense. Let's not mess around. Holcomb, the 3, well off.
Oh gosh.
Almost halfway home second half. De Gorville inside. Simmons lets 2 defenders fly by and counted. Oh, you continue with your career night, young man. Loves the contact is what we've been told.
I love Tay Simmons around the rim. His game around the rim is about as sharp as any true freshman in the nation. I mean, this guy is fierce. He's a beast. Look at him celebrate. The little celly after the bucket. Potential and one coming here for Tay Simmons. SDU has made more free throws than UVU has attempted.
Yeah. That's a good number. We talked a little bit about that. Troy came in like that. And then, as you had mentioned, there was like 85 free throws in the game, right? Or something like that when it was all said and done. Into Davis. Lead is 12. Halfway home now in this second half.
Good denial,
the passing
Bird.
lane.
Yep. That's, you know, Steve, I'm going to say Dick Bennett basketball. And you and I understand what Dick Bennett basketball
Makes
is.
me cringe.
I don't think any of these guys on the floor know what Dick Bennett basketball is.
Well, if you're an Arizona basketball fan, you know.
You have to know. Get in that passing lane and get your thumb down and get denial. Bird knows what it is.
Holcomb, good crossover, and takes it hard to the rack and score it.
He's fearless, this Holcomb kid. He is fearless.
Just his second made field goal. He's now one rebound away from a double-double. And what did we say? We established this early. Comes in with 3 double-doubles. There's only 27 players nationally who have more than 3 double-doubles as we sit here on December the 3rd. And he's kept his team into it. Newman out, Harrington in.
Holcomb, who played well in the Cancun Challenge, was a member of that all-tournament team. Remember, this Utah Valley team coming in here having won the last 3, playing one of the most dominant performances in the Cancun Challenge, just playing really well. We've given you a number of stats against their game against Samford.
Samford Bulldogs, I believe. Simmons, 15 points in this one, a career high. He had scored a combined 11 points in his last 5 games, so this is quite the coming out party. Holcomb a spin, another solid take.
That's his move. He likes the spin move. I mean, you got to scout him. You know he's going to plant that left foot or that right foot, and he's going to spin a little reverse pivot.
Got 13 with 9 rebounds. Also got 4 assists. 26 minutes. Harrington. Down she goes. More points in the paint. 24 points. Almost half the Aztec points have come in the paint.
Hard to believe that that's only the 4th point for Harrington though in this game.
Making his 2nd consecutive start. Took him his 6th career game to make his first start. And Lenhart, boy, that was quite the challenge there to go and try and take that in, and he kind of got bailed out. Foul's going to be on the Aztecs. It's going to be the first on LZ Harrington. Team foul number 9, so 1 more, and Utah Valley will be in the double bonus for the final 8 or 9 minutes of this one. And here's Lenhart, redshirt junior, Kaysville, Utah. 29th nationally in assist with 44 through 7 games. And we look down, the Aztecs have held him to just 3. That is half of what his output is on a nightly basis. 8-point game with 9:06 to go. Guoth. Goon off the window too hard. Simmons tried to get the offensive rebound. Outlet comes to Lenhart. Behind the back dribble to a cutting Welling, who tried to poster Magoon Guoth. And it goes out. It'll be Aztec basketball.
A little hard to do to try to poster Magoon Guoth at 7 feet. But, I mean, you got to applaud the effort.
If he got it, you would have seen that Monday at Spencer's for the holiday season. Would have been right next to the Dr. J and the Heather Locklear poster. 8:42 to go. 57-49. Aztecs with the ball in the lead. They were up as many as 14, and then late first half, Utah Valley roared back to take a lead. Aztecs have outscored Utah Valley 24-17 in the second half. Welling with the rebound. Aztecs letting them hang around, feeling a little like the Troy game, right? Where you maybe take the foot off the accelerator.
Well, 8 points is certainly not a comfortable lead. Make it 6 points.
Lenhart right to Holcomb for the slam. And again, Lenhart is so good with helpers. That's his 4th. He averages just over 6 a game, which is 18th nationally.
Interior passing for Utah Valley will help them this season. They are very good interior passes, and that was a display right there. Little shovel pass.
And Lenhart's going to get a steal here. Bird defending, finger roll in, 57-53.
You got to call timeout if you're Brian Dutcher.
Aztecs need a timeout, and they're going to get it right here. And it'll be a full timeout because it's within the media break window. Don't go anywhere. We all know what happened at home a couple of weeks ago. San Diego State with a 4-point lead over Utah Valley here at Viejas Arena.
It's Bedlam tonight here in Boise.
This is San Diego State University, where every possibility shines with Southern California life. And the ideas that drive you will come to light. You'll join a vibrant community cheering for the spirit of play, with world-class academic programs that help you meet the future where it's going, in a setting that will spark your imagination. Dare to discover the unknown.
Bull Trapper Beefs. Last bag.
You know there's plenty for both of you.
Bull Trapper, what's your beef?
I mean, pizza, it's okay, bro. Yeah, no,
It's getting a little hot inside Viejas Arena. 6-0 run for Utah Valley. Aztec lead has been shaved down to 4. Both teams shooting it well of late. Aztecs have made 5 of their last 7 field goals. Meantime, the Wolverines have made 4 of their last 5. Here's the silver lining in all of this. On a night when Bird is not scoring and the starters are not scoring, 46 of the 57 points for San Diego State have come from the bench in this.
Yeah, the bench has been solid. We mentioned it earlier. I think I mentioned it at about 37 points. That really, this is a great performance by the bench. You had DeGorville, who made a long 3 and picked up a few there.
Yeah, B.J. Davis has 16. Simmons has a career-high 15. Bird missed it. Compton offensive rebound, steps into it, and knocks the lay-in in off the window. That's big.
Didn't have the dunk. Probably a little gun shy on the dunk anyway. Said to use the glass last time, use the glass this time. Want to make sure you want to be a sure thing to get that deuce.
He has 8, does Pharaoh Compton. The lead is 6 at the 7-minute mark. Utah Valley, who averages 86 points a game, is not gun shy. Tate's opened the game with a 3. He's going to miss here. Dixon Waters starting to break back the other way with those blue shoes.
3-point
Going to take the 3 himself and make it. That's called taking matters into your own hands. That's his first made shot in 7 attempts. And he's a starter who was held scoreless until inside of 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, season high 22 points against Oregon for Dixon Waters. We know this guy can really drain him. Look at that soft touch right there.
Inside, that ball knocked away from Welling. He wanted a foul. Harrington, Tate's knocked it away. And Bird had a straight line drive if Welling didn't grab him. And that's going to be a 1-and-1 coming here because it's team foul number 9 for Utah Valley.
Thing about Dixon Waters and DeGorville that you appreciate first of all, their shots look exactly the same. Really pretty backspin on that. But they can step way beyond the 3-point line. They can really stretch you out and get a long 3 if you need one.
Utah Valley wants to spend a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. 62-53. Welling with that foul, so the Aztecs will have it. And this is a good timeout here because you can set up your defense. As you know, the Aztecs are going to be inbounding here on the baseline with 6:17 to go.
Here's what you get. You get the three from Dixon Waters. Now we're San Diego State at the free throw line. You got a chance to hit a couple. You got a 9-point lead, just over 6 minutes left. Can these Aztecs spark a run, Steve Quiss?
Bench points are now up to 48. A 48-10 advantage for the Aztecs in bench scoring. I don't know if I've ever seen a number that high, to be honest with you. I mean, maybe on like senior day, right? When you're starting 5 guys.
Yeah, that's true.
But other than that, you know, I can't imagine a scenario where you'd see it like this. Here's Miles Bird, who is scoreless tonight. When are you going to see Miles Bird scoreless with 6:17 to go in a game? Just get it out of your system, right? And he remains scoreless. This is where you just can't let the body language get down. You got to be a leader in this situation here. You're pressing, you're 0 for 5 in 20 minutes. And Bird's going to sit down, and Davis is going to come in to try and kickstart the offense here. And I don't blame Dutch for making this move.
Yeah, to be fair, Bird hasn't all been feeling that well as well. He's just a little bit of a bug kind of maybe going through.
Right, the last time there was a home game, you had Reese Dixon Waters coming off 103 fever with the flu, and he had played more than 40 minutes. Good passing inside.
7-point game.
Yeah, and just pass the note that Bird has the flu, as you mentioned. So
he got the flu, but he's playing though.
That's from Dr. Richard Stern.
Yeah,
so.
That's right.
Here's Compton. So a lot of, again, get it out of the way. Harrington to a streaking Compton, and Compton somehow found the handle and scored it. He's come up big late. That gives the Aztecs an even 50 bench points.
But here's the thing. He's finding the glass pretty quick, and he looks pretty good with that.
There's a little handoff. Lenhart, fall-away jumper right of the lane, no good, and Davis secures the rebound. Coming up on 5 to go, the Aztec lead is 9. Davis off the bench with 16 on 4 of 8 shooting. And Odin, and a blocking foul is going to be called. Not getting to the spot in time would be Welling. And I think back to the Troy game, too, when you had Dixon Waters out there for 40-plus minutes. And you would think, okay, how about getting Elsie Harrington in there, too? But I went back and watched the tape. He had committed 6 turnovers, freshman. So it's like, not sure if you'd go out there and send him out there. Second double-digit scoring game for Pharaoh Compton this season, the 5th of his career for the 6'7" sophomore forward from Chicago, Illinois. Odin makes the second. The lead is 10. The Aztecs 71% from the free throw line. Here's Hendricks, the handoff, the 3, and he banked it in. Again, 57% shooter from beyond 3. He's got 15 on 5 made threes, but again, he made his first 4 threes. And the reverse, Harrington, no. Odin on the offensive glass, he kicked it out, and it's going to Utah Valley. And Odin is like, hey, let's use a challenge. We got 1 left. Newman's coming in. I don't know if Dutch is going to try the challenge. They're looking back. You know, someone has an iPad back there that'll look at it real quickly. And that's why Utah Valley's like, let's go, let's inbound this thing. And now somebody with an iPad back there says to Dutch, let's challenge. So that will be their final challenge here. They'll have to use a timeout.
You can help people.
And we'll see if J.O. is right, that got punched out of there. Again, one of the 4 things you can challenge. Aztecs have already won a challenge here tonight on a block charge call. And hopefully this one, they have all the angles and won't take as long as the last one did. but it comes with 4:41 to go. And you saw Dutch's response. Like, I'm not sure he wanted to use that, but two of his guys were wiggling the fingers. I think J.O. was thinking that Linhart had touched it last and knocked it out. Now, will you have conclusive enough evidence, video evidence, to overturn this
that?
call?
And that's going to be the question.
Yeah. And that's why maybe Dutch, when he signaled for the challenge, said take it, and then thought, well, maybe we don't, maybe we don't have the right angles. So we'll see. They're rolling the dice. The call is Utah Valley basketball. And if they get it, they'll be down 7 with 4:41 to go. Look at it again. I'm not seeing anything that tells me. There's Oden's got it. And then I can't see in front of him. Could you see anything there?
So the first replay we saw was from the different angle where you
saying
could
they
see
was
the
a
front of the
shambles? Yeah,
jersey of Oden. And it looked like
Yeah, give me 1 second.
it was punched out by Utah Valley.
What you're seeing here,
here's
this
right
is going to
here.
be the
This
best.
is the one you're looking at. Watch
There's
this.
Oden,
Right here
puts
from
it on the floor.
So does Linhart reach his arm in? Yes, he does. His arm is fully in front of Oden's jersey. Does
I think
he
that's
tap
the
it
best
out?
angle. We slow it down more. Okay, Oden secures the board. Now loses the handle, and then there he touches it.
Okay, it's
He gets
right,
it back.
right here. Ooh.
Wow. They win the challenge. It's successful, and the Aztecs will get the basketball. They have won both challenges to get possession, so that's 2 extra possessions. It's like having a crafty point guard out there getting a couple of extra steals a game. However, you're out of challenges now for the final 4:41, and it's a 7-point game. So it was touched by Utah Valley. What another wild midweek game inside Viejas Arena. We got another one to go next week with Lamar in town. You and I will be here. Do you know where Lamar is from?
It's in Texas.
Yes. Do you know what city? I've been there. Beaumont, Texas, off
Beaumont,
the 10.
Texas. I know it is East Texas. It's almost in Louisiana.
Padres used to have an A-ball team there.
Yes.
In
Utah Valley
Texas.
never
I think it was
touched
the
it.
Beaumont Padres, maybe? I'll have to look. There's an inbound quickly and a whistle. And we get a foul. I think Todd Phillips was instructing his team, look, don't let him hold that guy because he's going to break right in and get an easy bucket. Let the Aztecs try and earn it here at the line. Davis with a 5th foul, and Isaac Davis, the Utah State transfer, averages 10 points a game, fouls out with a mere 2 points. So the Aztecs win that battle. Welling now has to come in.
Tough night for Davis. 1 of 5 as he has to take a seat. 0 of 1 from 3 and only 3 rebounds.
Todd Phillips just asked his sideline, hey, what's the foul discrepancy? And now he sees that it's +11 in favor of the Aztecs, so he's going to try and wear out Michael Irving in front of us to get a call maybe on the other end. It's good coaching.
What's fascinating to me is he picks up 5 fouls in 16 minutes on the floor. That's almost one foul every 3 minutes. That's a tough night for you.
3 bench guys for the Aztecs are the only 3 in double figures. 16 for Davis, career high 15 for Simmons, 12 now for Compton Farrow. They have 53 bench points, 53 of their 67.
Valley gives a 6.
In Miles Bird, the flu. Heidi out with the hip contusion, hasn't returned for the second half. Holcomb going to work here. Gets a little body bump.
Oh, my God.
Got position on DeGorville, but DeGorville in the end wins the battle by getting the rebound.
Missed basket.
Gives it up to Newman, and they could slow things up. They don't have to shoot this thing until under 4 minutes to play if they so choose. Newman, cross court. Dixon Waters recoups. He shoots it with 4:01 to go. Missed it, back iron. And a foul will be called, or no? Out of bounds. Or are they going to give a foul?
3:58 left in the game.
I think that's going to be a foul on Farrow Compton. And it will. It'll be the 10th. We'll have 2 shots coming. It is a foul. 2 shots coming for Utah Valley when we return.
It's Bedlam tonight here in Boise.
This is San Diego State University, where every possibility shines with Southern California life. And the ideas that drive you will come to light. You'll join a vibrant community cheering for the spirit of play, with world-class academic programs that help you meet the future where it's going, in a setting that will spark your imagination. Dare to discover the unknown.
Bull Trapper Beefs. Last bag.
Don't forget, on Friday we're gonna have Karate Combat 58. So if you're into karate, make sure you come through and check it. MMA.
Bull Trapper, what's your beef?
We're gonna have soccer on Sunday.
Well, both teams are in the double bonus. The Aztecs have a 9-point advantage. However, Utah Valley coming out of the timeout is going to get a chance to cut into that lead with the clock stop. After the foul on Compton is going to award 2 fouls on the other end to Welling because of the double bonus. So here's Hayden Welling. We were talking about Lamar being in Beaumont. They were the Beaumont Golden Gators, AA affiliate of the Padres, 83-86. Thanks to our guy, the coach John Quintero, my esteemed colleague, and got to get him back on the radio. The coach. I knew he'd hold me accountable for that.
John Quintero, so longtime friend.
Aztec legend Tony Gwynn did not play there. That was a big miss. It's an 8-point lead. Little pressure in the backcourt. Newman, almost a 10-second violation, and they got him for it at the last second. Dutch saying no way. Well, I mean, the shot clock's right there at 20. Right, so it would have gone down from 30 to 20. So that's an Aztec turnover. That's their 11th. Story in this one, bench points 53 of the 67 scored by the bench. On a night when Bird is under the weather. Here's a 3 to make it interesting. Hayden Welling, 67-62. Here we go again. And a little press, trying to get back-to-back 10-second violations. They're going to get a steal. Taking away Lenhart, and he lays it in.
3-point game.
Aztecs need a timeout. It's a one-possession game with 3:23 to go. 67-64.
The body language just doesn't look great for the San Diego State Aztecs as these guys slowly walking over to the huddle right now.
Yeah, they had probably worked on that press break too a couple of times, right? And that's why Dutch went over to Dixon Waters there and says, hey, look, you got to be in this spot to give our point guard an opportunity. So now a dozen turnovers for the Aztecs have led to 18 of the 64 points for Utah Valley.
Got to handle the pressure. Utah Valley, a very handsy team, very active. Quick hands, quick movements. Got to be sharp with the ball.
They now have 9 steals, 1 off their average. Again, a 25-win team last year. Net 77. They'll try the pressure again after the 30-second timeout. Aztecs will have 1 timeout left.
They are pressing.
Possession arrow over to Utah Valley. Davis, DeGorville, Newman thought about it. 12 to shoot. And Dixon Waters with a finger roll as he attacks and scores a badly needed bucket right there for the Aztecs.
Nice curl to the ball. Good pass. Receives it and just goes all the way to the lane, gets to the bucket with the finger roll.
Just his second made field goal of the game. He's got 5. Lead is back up to 5. Lenhart now with 2:41 to go. Holcomb. And Holcomb had to take it away. And then stolen right back by the Aztecs.
Kick it out.
Holcomb terminates his dribble, needs help, and gets it back to Lenhart. Welling, 3 straight away is no good. Offensive rebound, Lenhart again on the tie-up. What did we tell you? It's going to go to Utah Valley. And so they get to keep possession here. Now the possession arrow switches over to the Aztecs. Utah Valley has 2 timeouts left. The Aztecs have 1 left, and both teams are in the double bonus here in crunch time. So 2 shots on both fouls. Inbound to Welling. Compton just knocked it away. No call, and Davis comes away with a steal.
Smart play by Compton to read with his back to the baseline to just get his hands up and disrupt that pass. Couldn't see it, but knew that Welling was going up for it. Saw the body language of Welling and just said, I got to get in here and get my hands on it. He does.
Hard contact. They probably got away with one. Turning the corner is Newman. Oh, what a great reverse. He does not score much, but comes up with his biggest bucket of the year. That's his first points of the game. The average is just 2.8 points per game. 7-point lead after that bucket. Timeout, referees timeout. The officials calling it. Michael Irvin saying, that's my timeout. For what I did not see, I beg your pardon. But it'll be Utah Valley basketball across from us in the backcourt here. 7-point lead for the Aztecs with 1:41 to go. I noticed not as many folks leaving early as they did during the Troy game.
He said the house gone. I'm sorry, bro.
Dutch intently looking on. This would be a quad 3 victory at home against a team just outside of the quad 2 range. There's a formula of road wins, home wins, neutral court wins.
My guy, Big Dope, what's
you
going
can
on,
Google
bro?
it. Here's Holcomb driving with a left hand. Oh, what a tough take
hey,
over all that
back.
length.
It's a 5-point game. They hit a 3-ball. It's a 2-point
Holcomb's got
game.
15 and 10, another double-double, his fourth of the season. They're harassing Davis.
What's going on, Dope? What's
In
going
a
on,
5-point game here. Plenty of time to shoot. Davis drives into traffic. Compton. To Gorville.
All right, we got a minute left.
To Newman. Newman. Dixon Waters, under a minute to go. Waters. Wow. And Waters through the trees with a big bucket. 73-66. Man, his last 2 minutes on the floor have been pretty spectacular.
Strong body coming through the lane here, and he just uses his strength to get that ball up and over these two guys, the two defenders, uses the glass.
They're going to look at a timing review now for the officials. See if they need to put more time on the clock. How about this for Dixon Waters? He started the night 1 for 8, and he's made his last 2 shots to give him 7, and none bigger. Bench points 55 tonight for San Diego State. You can send a Harry and David gift basket to the likes of B.J. Davis, Tay Simmons, and Pharaoh Compton if the Aztecs come away with a victory. They're going to put 1.2 seconds back on the clock, 53.7.
Good, man. Trying to, do the same thing, man. Trying to survive, brother.
Utah Valley, 1 timeout left. Check it. Utah Valley, 2 timeouts left. Aztecs 1, both teams in the double bonus. And again, if we have a tie-up, the Aztecs will take possession of the basketball. See if the Aztecs administer a little press here to make it difficult on Utah Valley to get in an offensive set. Certainly looking like they're going to do it. Holcomb, the double-double. He's also got 5 assists. They've got 4 in double figures. Now they release on the press. Under 50 seconds to go. Lenhart to a cutting Holcomb.
San Diego State
that's
ball.
going to be Aztec basketball.
Yeah, right.
Good tip. Came off of Utah Valley on that secondary. First tip by, I think it was DeGorville, but then it went off Utah Valley after that.
That's a big turnover. Their 17th of the night. Aztecs trying to exit the building 4 and 3. And they're going to have to spend a timeout, and they'll have none left.
But yeah,
so
man,
that'll be their last timeout. It comes with 42.7 to go.
Like 13.
Don't go anywhere yet.
It's always what they tell you at the end of the game when things are close. First thing you got, everybody talks about what play they run in. Well, first of all, you got to inbound the ball.
You know how it goes.
Yeah, easier said than done.
Not that easy, especially with the pressure that we have seen.
Yep. Well, the bench has done a great job trying to bail out the likes of Bird, who hasn't been on the floor here at the end because of battling flu-like symptoms. You had Heidi go out with a hip contusion, and you'll have an opportunity to have a full week off until next Wednesday. There's that bucket right there by Newman was huge, and then Dixon Waters.
I
Two
said
strong takes, just kind of flexing your muscles, saying, "Hey, we're the
grinding.
Aztecs here.
I
You guys
am
are coming
about
in from the WAC."
1,300 watch hours away from hitting
I thought
YouTube
that was a
partner.
big, strong move by Dixon
So we're
Waters
just
down the
grinding
lane
and
to
trying
get
to
that
hit
bucket,
that.
especially off the glass. But back to Heidi, you had mentioned Heidi, who got hurt. You see him right there wearing number 40 in the huddle. Only played 5 minutes in this game before he got hurt, came out. Thought we might see him with a hip contusion injury in the second half, but they decide, probably wasn't feeling well enough. No need to push it. You got a deep bench. You can go to your guys, rely on your guys, and get Heidi healthy. There's that good time, that 7 days before the next game. That'll help certainly get Heidi healthy again.
Got to inbound this bad boy right here. You have no timeouts left. If it's tied up, the Aztecs have the possession arrow. DeGorville will get it in to Dixon Waters. Back to DeGorville. Ahead it goes to Davis. Davis attacks, and he got fouled as he went up. 36.1 to go, and 2 shots coming for the guy that leads the Mountain West Conference in free throws.
That's what I'm aiming for. Like I said, I want to get it before the end of the year.
E.J. Davis is a perfect 6 for 6 from the line.
What you doing?
Today,
Hey, what you doing Friday?
making him 26
They
of
got this thing called
27
Karate
at
Combat.
the line, better than 95% to open the season. And he's got another 8-point game. Here's Tay Simmons back in, a career game for the young freshman. Off the bench, a career-high 15. He's 1 rebound away from a career-high 8 rebounds. Matched a career-high with 7. Davis takes care of both of them. 75-66. Utah Valley's 3-game losing streak about to end. They turn it over for an 18th time. And with 23 seconds left, the Aztecs
my man said he bet the house
most likely
and
going to
gone.
win this one.
Sorry, bro.
That they're going to call a foul, which will give the Aztecs 2 more shots on the other
Sorry,
end.
bro.
With 21.2 to go. They're going to wind up going to the line at least 28 times. And Ryan Dutcher, in his 9th season, is going to pick up another victory. Picked up number 200 in this building against
21 seconds left to
State.
go in the game.
Idaho State.
Idaho State.
Idaho State.
In the second game. I was remember where they gave him the ball against Troy.
Yeah.
That's where he got the ball for
Scratch
the
my head
Troy
real quick.
game. Newman to make it an 11-point game. The Aztecs had as big as a 14-point lead in the first half, led by 1 at the break, and have outscored Utah Valley 44-34 in the second half on a 6-0 run here. Here's Hendricks. Kind of surprised Hendricks didn't jack up the 3. Here's Tates. They're letting a lot of time come off the clock. Witherspoon the 4th. No time to call off the Dogs, and the Aztecs
will
survive.
do it. Utah Valley falls to San Diego State.
59 bench points out of your
77-66.
77. 18 for Davis to lead the way off the bench. Simmons a career high 15. Compton had 12, his second double-figure scoring game of the season, and the Aztecs get it done to improve to 4-5 and pick up a quad 3 victory here over a Utah Valley team that may repeat as WAC regular season champs when it's all said and done. Steve and Tammy back with you to wrap it up. A final thought before we get out of here. Miles Bird with the flu, and Heidi didn't come back after what had happened to him at the end of the first half, going down hard and having the hip contusion.
Yeah, well, listen, sometimes, winning ugly is winning the same. When you're in the grind and you're trying to figure things out and trying to get your guys to buy
San
the
Diego
defense,
State, 11-point victory.
A win is a win. And this is a San Diego State team that they did the necessary.
Yeah. San Diego State, 11-point victory, 77-66 over Utah Valley. That is going to do it for us tonight. I want to say thank you so much, everyone who comes through, who stops by, shows love, checks out the stream, watches the stream, or just comes to say what's up. I appreciate y'all. We will be back on Sports Wise. We'll be back on Friday. Gaming wise, we might be on tomorrow. Don't know what we're gonna play, but we might play something. But yeah, we got Karate Combat 58 on Friday. We got and I think we got Karate Combat 58 on Friday, and then college basketball later that night at 10 o'clock. And then we got basketball on Saturday, and then we have football, Brazilian football on Sunday. Okay, so got a lot of sports for you all this weekend. I do appreciate y'all so much. Hope y'all all have an amazing night. Until next time, peace.